Okay, I'm up here at Marian with the head coach of the football team, Billy O'Gorick. How are you doing today, Coach?
Good. Thanks for having us, Eli.
Oh, it's always a pleasure of mine to be up here. Can't enjoy it enough. Football season's right around the corner. We just got through HEDAC. How'd that go for the Colts?
It was good. We got a young team this year. We got about 30 guys. We got only 5 seniors. So a lot of teaching, a lot of fundamental work, but I think our guys handled it pretty well, and I'm pretty excited about the squad we got.
So you guys, I believe, you have Upper Dolphin
Yep.
coming up on a scrimmage this week. What things as the head coach do you want to see the team go from HEDAC now with this 1 week in between going into that Saturday scrimmage? What do you want to see the Colts kind of take a step here at practice?
The one thing I've told our team so far this week is I want to see our physicality and the way we respond. And because Upper Dolphins got some big guys up on the line, and they're coached well with Coach Savage down there, so we know what we're going to be up against on Saturday. So we got some young guys who are going to be playing their first varsity action, especially on the line of scrimmage. So really, that's going to be the big test, is to see how they respond when they finally get in that varsity setting for the first time.
Year two as the head coach, is there anything that comes to mind? Of course, storied program up here, the Marian Colts. Is there anything that comes to mind for you that you saw in year one that maybe you want to, I don't know, tighten up or change or anything like that in going into year two? Is there anything that kind of comes off the brain?
The biggest thing was, transitioning from an assistant coach to a head coach for the first time was, the only way, and I've only coached at Marion, so the only way I've known how to do things is, the way we've done things here. So, when it came to, breaking down our practice schedules and things like that, like I only knew one way, so that's the way we did it last year. So now, after doing it for a season and find to see how things work and what I like and what I didn't like about stuff, able to put a little more tweaks on it and rely on our coaches. I got a great coaching staff, and we got some guys, and I got a guy in from an outside perspective, Scott Husky, for with joining us this year. So he's coached at Pottsville and Shenandoah. So it's been good to bounce some things off and say, hey, this is how we have done things in the past. How have you done things in the past? So we could tweak some stuff if we need to. And the way we feel like the way we have done things has worked. We've been successful. We had 2 consecutive winning seasons. So we're not reinventing the wheel, but just sort of making some tweaks here and there.
And just tell us about the aspirations you have for this squad this year. I mean, you mentioned it's a younger squad, but sometimes with that becomes more like more ability to mold these kids. What do you want to see these kids? How do you want to see these kids progress and take steps?
Yeah, so we always tell our kids we have 3 goals when we start a season. We want to win more than we lose. We want to be playing meaningful football in October, and if we're able to do those first 2 things, the third goal is we want to compete for a championship. So if we can take care of the first 2, we'll be in position to take care of the third. So we are young. We only have the 5 seniors, but we do have a lot of underclassmen who had been starters for us in the last few years. Rocco Gregoli, Rory Dixon, Tyler Price. Guys like that, Yabashadi, Matt Spino, they all played, a ton of varsity snaps for us. So it's good to have those guys that we can rely on for this year. And then the new guys that are breaking into varsity ball for their first time, they sort of have good role models they can look forward to there.
Last question, totally off the high school football record. What are your aspirations for our Irish this year, our Notre Dame Fighting Irish?
National champs has to be, right? It's
Right,
got to be.
absolutely.
And I'd like to get Penn State in the Orange Bowl again.
You're speaking my language now. Once again, Marian head football coach Billy O'Gorick. Thank you for your time, Coach.
Thanks, Eli.